At Voyant, we're always working to make financial plans as accurate and as realistic as possible. We have improved how fees are modelled within the investment and retirement accounts. In the past, all fees have been grouped together and automatically deducted from investment growth. This worked well for product or fund fees charged by the investment managers, but it didn't fully reflect advice or platform fees paid by cancelling units owned by the client, which can sometimes create tax consequences. This video will show you what the fees do, how they are taken, and how they show in the software. So here we are in the dashboard, and I'm going to take you down to Plan Settings and a section called Fees and Taxation. The first group of fees we see here are the product fees. This is the same as those of you who have been with Voyant for a while as the old style fees. The existing fees you'll have modelled have been moved across and will show here. The product fees work as they did before and reduce the growth rates. One part of this new fee structure is the ongoing advice fees. These fields are here. There are no default figures here. The fields are available for you to edit, and this is because ongoing advice fees were not in previous versions of Voyant. Ongoing advice fees sell units from the investment. So going back to product fees, these do not sell units, they are not taxed or form part of any allowances. So let's go and see how they work in practice. In this plan, I have modelled a portfolio investment, an exit tax investment, and also a pension. I will go through each one of these in more or less detail. So first of all, let's go and have a look at the exit tax account. Let's have a quick look at the basic information. I've said it's an existing account. The balance is 50,000 and a purchase value of 40,000. I'm doing no contributions here. So we've got the growth rate up here. I've got the capital growth rate of 4%, and this is the default from the plan settings. Now let's move to the fees. You'll see the product fee of 0.5%, which has come through from the plan settings to say this is the old style fee and the percentage value is deducted from the overall growth rate. And then we've also got the ongoing advice fee, which I've input here. I've put the ongoing advice fee in as 0.75%. You'll see we also have other fees that you can put in on an individual account basis, such as the initial advice fee and also exit fees. Now I'm going to take you to Year View, and I'm going to look at this investment. So let's have a look at Year View and then the investment itself. So let's have a look at the exit tax one. So what you're seeing here is the net growth rate of 3.5%, which is the gross growth rate of 4 less the product fee of 0.5%. There is now a fee section over on the right hand side. The enhancement does show the monetary amount of the product fee or fund fee. €250 is the equivalent of the 0.5%, but this is just information only. It does not deduct the fee. On the other hand, we've got the ongoing advice fee. Remember that was 0.75%, and it shows here the actual amount that is withdrawn. And then you go over this side and you will see the 0.75% there, which is for information only. Now the ongoing advice fee is deducted from the investment. So allowing and following the normal logic of Voyant, €375 we're going to see in expenses, and there it is. If we're going to expand that, and you'll be able to see the source. The software will only ever use the related investment to pay for this fee, and you can see that here. Exclusive source is the exit tax. And again, because we can follow the money around in Voyant, if you click on cash flow, you will now see this appearing in the cash flow. Now let's have a look at the portfolio investment. So the portfolio account, which withdrawals are subject potentially to CGT. It all works in a very similar way. So I popped in the portfolio account, I put a balance in of 200,000, but you will note I've put in 0 for the purchase value. And this is so I can show some capital gains. The gross growth rate again is 4%. And the fees, I've kept the product fee of 0.5% and the ongoing advice fee of 0.75%. So again, let me go back to dashboard, let me go back to year view, and I'm going to go to the investments, and I'm now going to look at the portfolio account. Again, you will see the product fee of 0.5 is taken from the gross growth rate. You can see growth rate there, less the product fee. For information only, you will see the value of that product fee here. You will see the monetary value of the ongoing advice fee of 0.75%, and this is the one that is deducted from the investment. So now moving to expenses, again we can see by opening up the portfolio account the expense being withdrawn and the payment coming from the portfolio account. You will be able to see it in cash flow as well. Now, with regards to fees from a portfolio account, units are sold, and as such it could be assessed for capital gains tax, and I'm going to show this to you. First of all, I'm going to go back to the dashboard out of year view, and I'm going to change the chart from cash flow to taxes, and then I'm going to mouse over the bars and I'll be able to see there's some capital gains tax there. And at the start of the plan we'll see a calculated capital gains tax of €76. To see the workings, let's go now into year view and then into taxes. So we'll see that the capital gain allowance for this year is €1,270. We'll see a capital gains because remember I put a purchase value in at 0, so any of the withdrawals are going to be assessed at capital gains. This is basically just so I can show this to you. So we know that we had an ongoing advice fee of €1,500. Then we had the capital gains allowance of 1,270, so we have the net capital gain of 230, and then we calculate the capital gains tax from there. The usual Voyant logic applies. The tax is calculated in the year it arises and is taken as an expense the following year. So if I move right up to the top, and if I look at expenses this year, you won't see the capital gains tax, but if I go to the following year, you're going to see the taxes for the previous year. Now I'm going to move back to the dashboard and talk about the pension. This is set up in a very similar way. Go down to the pension, pop the details in, we have the growth rate and we also have the fees, and I've kept them the same just for ease in here. In the case of the pension, this ongoing advice fee is classed as an authorised withdrawal, so it's not using any of the allowances. So if I come back out and then go to year view and then the pension, you'll see the withdrawal and expand, but you won't see that it's using any of the allowances. There's nothing in there to say tax-free cash used or anything like that. I can come out of this and go to the expenses. I'm going to go to cash flow, and you'll see it all works in a similar way. And also with me staying in the taxes chart as well, you see that there's no taxes coming out that relating to anything like income tax or anything like that. And by going to taxes as well, so year view and taxes, we can see that the fee for the pension was also not included in any of the tax calculations. We do have more details about this in an article on fee modelling, and if you need any general help, please contact support@planwithvoyant.com, or if you need help with a specific plan, please click and request support. Thank you for watching.